In 1914, Frederick Lugard made a decision that would change Nigeria forever.
He merged two regions into one country. But this wasn't done for unity. It was done for administrative convenience.
Therefore, different cultures, languages, and political systems were forced together. By the 1950s, three major regions had emerged.
The Northern region, the Western region, and the Eastern region. But these regions were not balanced internally. Each was dominated by majority ethnic groups. Therefore, minority groups began to feel marginalized.
At first, the frustration was quiet. People spoke in whispers,
pointing out the advantages which would come with the setting up of the new state. Mr. Yamsi, the NCNC leader from the north, was present as the premier appealed to everybody to vote in the plebiscite on July 13th.
But these whispers became voices. Leaders like Dennis Osadebay and Enahoro began to put for change. They weren't asking for conflict, but for recognition. A new region, a Midwest region. But this idea was controversial. Some feared it would weaken power, others feared division. Therefore, the government had choice. In 1963, a referendum was announced. But this wasn't just a vote. It was personal. Families discussed it gently. Communities debated about it. Therefore, when the day arrived, they showed up. Not because they were forced, but because they believed their voice mattered. The vote was counted, the tension was high. The answer was clear. Yes, it was. The Midwest region was created, but this was more than politics. It was identity, it was representation. Therefore, it became a turning point. One decision created a nation. It also created challenges. Therefore, decades later, the people made another decision. One that gave them a voice. Because history is not just shaped by leaders, but by those who choose to be heard.